Hello guys and welcome to the video. Today we are here to show you the Armor Stand Animator 1.0. So yes, it's filter again. I'm getting some filter ideas lately, but this isn't actually filter ID. Well actually I haven't been getting that much ideas now I think about it. Yeah, all of them have been suggestions, but as is this one. This is a suggestion by MrMakistein, also known as McMakistein. Yeah, he is a I would say creative developer in Minecraft, as in he does stuff which is creative, like MCEdit, use MCEdit to do command block stuff, I guess. So yeah, he basically does command blocks, and he is, I would say, well known, or he has gotten some popular videos, partially on stuff like animation, which in Minecraft often gets down to just taking a lot of armor stands and moving them around simultaneously. And he asked me if I could write filter, and I was like, sure. And basically what it's supposed to do, it's kind of, well, see, that's the thing. I have to admit, this is definitely not one of my favorite filters. It's kind of sloppy, but he said he still thought he would find using this. So I thought, well, let's publish it. You've put some effort in this, a couple of hours of work and testing and that kind of stuff, so maybe some people like it, but if you don't, that's fine. I wouldn't blame you for this one in particular, or anyone really. But yeah, so over here we got armor stands with the piston heads. I put the piston head there because of yeah, so you could see the orientation easily. Which I would think it would be more easy, but apparently there are issues with it, which we will get to shortly. But yeah, so over here we have a structure, and what it does really is it just loops through the entire thing. It loops through a bunch of commands, as you can see, like over here and there and there, and then over here, and it's going really quickly. It's covering 20 blocks a second, as you would think, from a device like this. And the total length is 100, because you've got 10 of these bars of 10 long. Yeah, so let's show you what it actually does. It's pretty simple. It basically just animates this armor stand by turning it 90 degrees over a course of, I think, 5 seconds, and also moving it 10 blocks in the positive x direction in the process. So yeah, it's basically what it does generate is one linear animation. However, something it's also supposed to do, but for some reason doesn't. This is the last argument is actually the vertical rotation, this rotation, this way. And for some reason it doesn't affect that. I'm not sure about that, if that's known amongst creative developers. I rarely animate stuff, so I actually don't know, but oh well. And because it actually is affecting the rotation, like I can show you this. Let me quickly do this. Game mode 3, come on. No, well, it's actually too late. Okay. Let's do this. We're gonna do this. Come on. Okay, we got one over there. Now, let's do this and click this. As you can see, my view is actually going down. And I'm just following the view of the armor stand because I'm using spectating mode. But yeah, so the armor stand definitely looking down for a bit, but for some reason the piston isn't affected by that, although it is in that position. It's only affected by the horizontal rotation. So yeah, I'm not sure about that, but it gets even worse when you start doing other stuff like this. Looks like once the tag for rotation exceeds its normal values of like 180 to 360 to minus 360, and it looks like, yeah, it probably had some floating point position problems right here because it was supposed to rotate 180 and it's only like 172 or something, I would guess at this point. Oh well. So yeah, if you do this now another time, stuff will start getting weird. Because it's probably exceeding the limits and it's trying to rotate to whatever coordinate you give it to it by rotating the other way around or something, getting to the same angle. So yeah, really, if you're doing this stuff, if you can use this filter, you have to make sure to I have like put like a keyframe with absolute rotation between every animation to make sure that it's like always within the bounds of the Minecraft rotations, which is from -100 on the horizontal rotation is -180 to 180. Vertical one is -90, which straight up to -90 straight down. To 90 straight down. So yeah, take that into account because they'll start acting weird like that. Also, another problem with the filter. I'm just criticizing my filter right here. These air gaps. To be honest, the majority of the filter I spent was thinking of basically this problem, in which over here is visualized quite well. I think I had like actually this is a later on I realized this was actually a broken version, but the algorithm could be fixed quite easily though. Although I don't know what the exact problem was, I could easily write in an extra condition to make sure it didn't cause a bug again. But so yeah, I'm not sure what this kind of structure is called, but basically what it is, I guess you could say, is just a tilted like coordinate system. You can define every of these blocks in a very simple way if you just use different axes as we're used to. You would easily just say, well, one axis is straight this way, one axis is straight up. But that's not very useful to do in this case, because of course that's what we're gonna have to end up doing to get the to place the blocks in MCEdit. But to arrange command blocks in the most efficient pattern, that's basically arranging pluses normally, because normally your command block structures look a lot like this, at least chains like these do, and you want to arrange them most efficiently way possible. Stacking on top of each other leaves a ton of air, as you can see. Like right here you have 2 spaces, right here 2, 1. Almost half of your space is air, so you don't want that. So this is the most efficient way to do it normally, by just placing, like here you can place one command block around everything of these, and in the middle it will fill up. Of course on the edges it won't be entirely flat, but so basically the bigger you get, the less the less air you have in your square space, you could say. Square space looked like I made reference there. But yeah, so you could even say mathematically in the limits to n equals infinity or something, with n being the size of the square. Yeah, that's little air as possible. So it's very compact. So basically the main question I was trying to answer is, how can I, if I have like a given amount of these bars, how can I arrange them in the most compact way so that the front face is still close to a square? So basically, what I've done later on funneled the question down to is, how can I arrange like a given number of bars, in this case 10, in a way that they can fit in the smallest squares possible. So you don't just go out like entirely on across one line or that way. So yeah, and that was actually quite a hard problem to answer, but I guess I won't go fully into the details. But that was the main issue with it. I took quite some time to get that done. Over here I have an example of how it eventually did run, but the algorithm I have right now is very inefficient. I'm really happy Python is so quick, because it does it in a fraction of a second still. It's really quick, but the way I implemented it was really not good, and covers a lot of unnecessary space. Like, it checks all of the blocks up here in like a triangle, really, if they are real blocks. So yeah, that's not too good. If they are like blocks out of the square. But I'm going real technical here. All this I was just mentioning to say that later on, after I've done all that effort, I realized, wait a second, Wout, this whole structure doesn't have the plus formation. It has a 3-sided formation, not 4-sided, like this. And obviously, if you have this, the best configuration to fit it into a square would just be something like this. And then if you want to have more than these, you can just add them together or something. Like this, for example. You could start like this. And then if you felt like you needed more, you could do this. And then this. And then this. And so on and so forth. So yeah, I realized that, but because of the other issues with the filter already, and I just thought it wasn't really worth it, because it still works perfectly fine. It's just not as compact and it looks a bit weird. But yeah, it's a lot more compact than the square version, of course, where you have tons of space. But yeah, also another reason I felt like wasn't necessary, because you really shouldn't be doing this for long animations like I do over here, in my opinion. Because we have, I think, 500 command, no, not 500, we have 10 times 10, 100 command blocks in here, which, well, actually we have 300, but 100 which actually do operations. The other 200 are just for event handling. But yeah, you may notice something if I look at all these operational command blocks, which is that they are precisely the same. Yes, this is a bit of an, well, not an issue. I mean, it works fine, as you could just see. But you can, of course, understand from that well, you could as well just put it on a clock and then handle the timing using a scoreboard which is constantly going up, and then stopping the clock once the time has exceeded a certain value. And that's definitely what I would suggest you do for long animations. But I guess for short stuff, especially if you want to put multiple behind each other, Maki thought it would still be faster to use this kind of stuff, and I guess I kind of agree with him. But yeah, also it's like, it only affects the space efficiency, which I guess a lot of people don't really care about. They have a lot of space in their void world, so, oh well. Now, with all of those issues and criticism and technicalities out of the way, I guess I can finally get to the filter after something around 11 minutes, miraculously. That took a long time, so yeah, I think I will see you in MCEdit. So, here we are in MCEdit. Considering the rest of the video has been this technical and long... Oh, okay. This is technical and long, I guess I will try to do this a bit more quickly, so let's just quickly move this section away, like this or something. Right, great. So now we can do this. The filter just pastes the structure about in the center of your selection, so it should be good if you take a big selection. It will, however, just go ahead of it without any trouble, so yeah, watch out with that. Over here you have the selector. I wanted to add a long default value with like tab equals armor and name equals, and then something you could fill in. Unfortunately, because of the way MCEdit works currently, or at least the version I have, it doesn't allow that because of it. I'm not going to get into the details, as I previously said why. I'm not going to cover any details anymore, but you just can't use it equal signs in default values using the way my version of MCEdit does stuff. Maybe it's improved in the future version or in like Unified or something, but over here it doesn't work, so you have to tab yourself. So yeah, something like, well, I actually typically type first, so type equals armor stand, name equals, I'm gonna use the same armor stand, oh no, damn it. I'm thinking about the other video I recorded like 5 minutes ago or something, as you may probably have guessed, considering like my old bar and stuff. Okay, so now that's alright. Let's enter. Structural length limit. I put it on 20 on regular. I guess I'll do it on 20. Here I put it on 10 just to test stuff. You know what? Let's put it on something smaller actually, because then the way I can show the stacking mechanic better. Like no, let's do 8, and then have like a bit. So every second we'll have 20 steps. So if you do like 4 seconds, it will be 80 steps. So that will be 10 again. Maybe go a bit further, have something a bit more rough, like this. Yeah. What is? Interesting. I'm just thinking right now. Yeah, that should be interesting. Okay, then. So what is going to be our position change of the armor stand? Let's say it's going to go 5 blocks up. It's going to move 1 block to the west. Let's go. Let's make things interesting. Let's have it go 10 blocks to the west and 2 blocks to the south, and 2 blocks to the west, yeah, or east. I think east, yeah. East, up, south. Alright. And then RY and RX. RY is rotation around the y-axis, which most people would call the horizontal rotation. RX is the rotation, basically, I think the angle, you could say the angle between the XZ plane and the way you're looking. Yeah, that's, I guess, the geometric way to define it. So mostly we'll just say vertical rotation. Let's say we're gonna, I already said that this doesn't work, unfortunately, with like heads, but maybe there are other parts of the armor stand which move this way or something. Or you just want to do this with like a zombie or something, you can also do that. Or you can just also do this with a player. That would be really interesting, actually. You know what? Let's do something interesting. Let's do this with a player. So we're gonna do this with the closest player at B. And what else we're gonna do? We're going to add something to this value. So let's say we're gonna have the player turn around 108 degrees, something, and we're also gonna have the player go 90 degrees up, which is so he looks at the sun, or she. Minus 90, alright. I guess that should work. I've never tried this before, so it may look really glitchy with a player, or it won't work at all. So just to be sure, I'm also going to add, let me quickly. Yeah, okay, we don't have any of that covered anymore, so let's do this. And I'm gonna put it back, and I'm quickly gonna do the same edits with just like armor stands, because I don't have any clue what effect this will have on a player. And yeah, that way you don't have any issues. Not tracker, yes, armor stand. Right, let's do the same filter, save, and I think we're good. So yeah, this has already been too long again, so I'll see you right back in Minecraft. So here we are back in Minecraft, and as I said, I don't have any clue what this is gonna do to the player. So you know what, let's keep that as a bit of a surprise for the end of the video. And let's first just do the boring old armor stand one. We've got right here, normally. Let's get press and block. And bam. And it's not doing anything at all. Isn't this freaking great? I guess animation AS. I may have messed them. Yeah, it's called animator. I can actually change this up pretty quickly. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna quickly start my MCEdit. You're like, oh, how are we gonna change this quickly about? Because we have another filter called the find and replace filter. And I actually use this one fairly often. And actually quite funny when you look at it. Like, I only realized in October or something, but that filter is freaking popular. Like in a week or something, or it must have been a week or something, it surpassed my other filters and downloads. Although it's not one of my oldest ones or something. Yeah, it's still at the top, but I'm not sure if you can see it. I don't think you can see it right now, but I'm in MCEdit. Quickly gonna change this animation to animator. And normally that should work. Yeah. I did an edit. Let's close it. And then going back in Minecraft. And yeah, it changed it. Perfect. Okay. So that's a quick edit we did. And we're only 1 minute in, so that's good. Alright, let's see if this does anything now. It does. So yeah, it goes up. It goes a bit to the east, also a lot to the south, and it turns around. 180 degrees normally. And it stops. So yeah, that's that. Basically just the same as I showed earlier, I guess, so not too interesting, but I guess the really interesting effect would be, yeah, what does that look like for a player? And I guess we're about to find out. Alright, so, I'm gonna grab this command in my chat. I'm not gonna execute it just yet, but I'm going to get into good position first. But I'm really curious to see what is this gonna look like. So yeah, let's run this. Oh man, it is working. It's working. Lovely. Now the real question is, what does it do when we go past 180? Ah, too bad. It just goes like that. Yeah. It works pretty well, exceeding the horizontal limit though. So that's weird because I swear I saw a video once where some developer exceeded the vertical limit as well, and it looked really freaky. It's like almost a viral video in the technical community. But oh well. I'm also actually still moving, by the way. But oh well. So yeah, it's working. Yay. That was a surprise for the end of the video. Congratulations for watching a 20-minute video explaining a boring, probably not very qualitative filter. Just for the 1 minute of me turning my head right around or something. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be about it. Thanks for watching. I'm really surprised you would watch all the way over here, but okay. And yeah, I guess that'll be it. I hope you don't mind these videos where I like go a bit more into the details behind it and talk a bit about like the development process. Because especially with stuff like this where its quality isn't that good anyway, I thought it would be worth talking a bit more about the developments and interesting parts about that, like the structure and that kind of stuff. And that this was basically the biggest problem I had to tackle, which wasn't very big here if you look at the grand scheme of things, but well. So yeah, as I said, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it, but even if you didn't, leave a rating, please. I'd like to know what you guys think. And with all that being said, I hope I will see you in another video.